Maybe I'll just I'll come and live in that extra room you have.
There you go, Mike. Are you talking to me? You talking to me or Mike?
I'm talking to both of you guys.
Oh no, we're gonna
Share
share
extra rooms.
We're gonna
that I
share
can live
custody,
in.
like divorcee parents.
You get them every
Could
other
we-
weekend.
Could we somehow dig a tunnel from one, like Paul's room to Mike's extra room?
Every third Friday goes to Collin.
I'll be late to that pickup.
Here's a fish sandwich, Colin.
Oh man, Collin just calling it as it is. He's definitely not going to that pickup.
Sorry, I missed the game, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Came up.
I had to walk home. Yeah, it's 12 miles. You're faster now.
Yeah.
Builds character.
Yeah.
The
See if
Collin-
Elon can build like one of those fucking Tesla tunnels
Yeah.
between your house and Mike's house.
The calluses will make you feel less.
A
That's the true lesson.
A Tesla friendship tunnel.
That's right, Lamar. You just came up with a brilliant. We're gonna have to TM that. The friendship tunnel. The friendship tunnel by Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Mike's giving me a look like we don't want our name on this.
No, we do. I do.
Mike just winked too.
You don't want to be associated with the friendship tunnel. Hey, come on in.
See if I can buy that website right now.
It's moist and warm. It's
Oh,
the
wow.
friendship tunnel.
Oh,
Hey.
just like Men at Work.
Yeah, moist and warm.
1990, which is the movie we're looking at. Hi, we're Rabbit Troop Sucks, and we are a podcast about obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films. And yes, today we're looking at Men at Work, 1990. And as always, I'm Paul, and next to me is Mike.
Hi.
And there's Lamar,
There it is.
Jeremy,
Howdy ho.
and Collin.
Hey.
And we're just a bunch of men at work, working each other.
Yeah, working each other real good. All
Working
right.
each other in moist tunnels, apparently.
My biceps
the
are so sore.
That's where tips meet.
Wow.
Oh, that's a tip-in move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gotta go. So this is a short-lived episode.
That's the one.
And
Jeremy, you're in charge now.
two
go
garbage
with that.
men uncover a conspiracy involving illegal toxic waste dumping and decide to bring the whole operation down. There's a lot missed in that summary. But there's people and they're doing stuff. And this movie is directed by Emilio Estevez. It's written by Emilio Estevez. I think the last time we saw Emilio Estevez was, I'm trying to think. It might have been Maximum Overdrive.
Wow.
Judgment Night?
Yeah, Judgment Night. Yeah.
There you go.
Or was that before?
Yeah, but that was
remember which
before.
one.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Was it? I don't know.
We've done 100
No, it
of these
wasn't.
fucking things. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, Emilio Estevez, I believe, is doing Young Guns 3. So that's
Really?
a thing
Wow.
that's happening.
All right.
Really? He's not. Is he playing one of the young guns, or is he like passing the torch?
I don't know. I
Just
don't
a bunch
know
of
what's happening.
CGI.
I mean, I have a lot of questions about a lot of things in that. But we also get Charlie Sheen. Whoa. Hey, last time we saw him was the piece of shit Terminal Velocity. Feel free to skip that, but listen to our podcast about it.
That's a great episode, though.
It's a very good episode. You should listen to it and also watch the movie.
You'll learn all about the Sheen Sheeny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn what baby fits are. And then tell us, because I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll get you on track with that film.
Oh, man.
The real shining star for me in this movie is Keith David.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. We'll talk all about Keith David and his lovely voice and all of the many roles that he's in. And then there's
He
some
has
other...
the smile of a man who's just about to kill you at any moment.
Absolutely. He is the Joker sometimes. Like, you don't know what he's going to do. There's some other people that I think are familiar, but overall, we get a kind of just a lot of people. Oh, Dean Cameron, I want to know, plays the pizza guy. We were talking about him. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Lots of ski movies. Keith David, voice
Ski
of the Black-
movies?
Ski School?
Yes.
Ski School 2? Summer School?
Just
Yeah,
seems to
Summer
be
School.
like-
He plays
How
Chainsaw in
is Summer School a ski movie? Or
Well-
is it like water skiing?
Well, it's just in the summer.
Yeah.
And he plays Chainsaw. He's most notably playing Chainsaw in Summer School. We should do Summer School sometime. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, okay.
I like Summer School. Keith David, voice of the Black Cat and Coraline. He is also in They Live, with just some of the most memorable lines on earth in They Live. He's in The Thing. He's also, we note, a lot of times, Community. So many other things, too.
Everything.
Yeah. Leslie Hope plays Susan, and she's in like a lot of notable things that I just have not watched. And like recently, like I'll throw this out. She is in start to finish the entire series of Snowpiercer. Never watched an episode.
Oh, wow.
I haven't
I
either.
thought she was a director.
I think she's in it.
Oh, damn.
I could be wrong. In that. And also Lost in Space.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay,
Yeah.
I have
Like,
seen
like the
that.
reboot. And I watched a
Okay.
couple of those.
Yeah, she's like the mom in it.
Maybe.
not the one with like, not the '90s one with Joey from Friends.
Well, we should do that movie.
No,
I've
not
never,
that
I've
one.
never
I think
seen
the
that
series,
one.
like the
With Dewey.
Netflix series.
Yeah, there was a reboot.
Dewey's in Lost in Space.
I think he's in the one you're talking about.
The one with Matt.
LeBlanc.
Yeah,
The Blanc.
yeah.
Yeah, he's in Deep with the LeBlanc.
I heard Dewey's coming back for the reboot.
Nice.
I heard he
Of,
wasn't coming.
oh,
back.
really?
Malcolm in the
He
Middle.
was
Fuck.
recasted by somebody else.
Ah.
Yeah.
I just read the other day that he was
He was the
in.
only hold. Like, I don't know if he's a holdout or
Yeah.
if he just doesn't want to do it, but they
Well, he quit
recasted him by
acting.
somebody.
That sucks. I probably fell for one of those stupid Facebook AI articles.
Yeah, he did. That's all right.
It happens to the best of us.
I mean, there's way too many AI articles.
There
We're-
are.
I mean, we don't need to just complain
No.
like a bunch of old men, but
we can for a little bit.
well, I just feel everyone on Earth at this point in time, like, regardless of your age, it could be like any film or whatever it is. It's like there's going to be a sequel, and for like 1 second, you're like,
Sick.
like, is there?
Yeah.
Like about anything, about like anything, any show.
We don't
at
know
any
what's
point in
real
time.
anymore.
Yeah, it's just like everything is being punked AI style, and I was like, all right, like there's a lot of time going into
This podcast is AI. We're not real.
That's true.
Yeah,
This is
are
a
you
deep
sleeping
fake.
right now?
I mean, I was enjoying Italian earlier
Yeah.
with microchip. Oh, microchip. Hey, microchip.
Well, remember, everything's computer.
Ain't getting up from that.
Lasagna.
Lasagna, Italian,
That's a
the
Monday.
father. It's all just slop.
Father.
Love that slop.
Love that joke.
Hack the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like this movie. Love that joke.
I had another question about this Leslie Hope character or this person. She been in anything else movie-wise in the 90s? We were talking about her role as in like the newer stuff. I haven't seen like the Lost in Space and what was the other thing? The Snowpiercer, the show.
Snowpiercer.
Was she in like 90s movies around this time too, or is this like a one-off with her? Does anybody know?
Have we given Collin
Question,
enough time?
Lamar. If only I could consult microchip.
There are many microchips at work right now.
I'm looking at microchip right now.
Yeah.
Good.
She was in
I didn't know
a
she was like a
many
notable actress. I've never seen her before
She's
outside
in a
of.
bunch of stuff.
She's in so much. She's in a ton of TV stuff.
Yeah.
She's just TV.
Like if-
I didn't know she's like very famous or whatnot.
If you go to Shotgun Willie's, do you just throw microchips now
Yes,
instead of ones?
that's how I get Italian back.
Very correct, friend.
Yeah, no, she was just in a bunch of stuff. Like, nothing that I've heard of or
All right, fair
watched.
enough.
But
She's in
I know,
Acid
Collin.
So
Phoenix
she's
3.
just that one.
Colin's on board with me. I was looking it up. I'm like, I mean, all of this is super notable of just stuff I haven't seen.
Fair enough.
She was in an episode of Sequest
Perfect.
and a movie called Booze Can.
nice.
We got to get on that.
All
Booze
things I
Camp?
haven't seen. I mean, I saw maybe a couple episodes of Sequest. We're gonna get Jonathan Brandis in a movie one of these days. It's coming
Yeah.
up. It's coming up. It's overdue.
It is.
We don't need to do that.
The movie,
Counterpoint.
Shutting that down.
Jonathan can keep his Brandis.
the movie she did right after this is called Working Trash. It's a George Carlin, Ben Stiller movie about two janitors.
Nice. So she has a
Oh,
type.
she was really into the cleaning things and back in the day, cleaning up
Yeah.
messes. That's what got her off in the 90s. Leslie Hope, everybody.
Okay.
We could probably just look at her history and just do movies based on that, and they'll be unheard of, and maybe we'll find one that's.
I don't know if I believe that.
Well, this movie
month
just
of-
starts off with dumping cans.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
We're dumping
Love
cans
it
in
when
the
they dump
water.
those cans out.
So we get the mayor, who we find out soon after this first scene. But the mayor comes up to this guy, Max. And Max is some kind of, I don't know, like
Politician?
factory owner.
Oh, no. Yeah. He makes turpentine.
Yeah, but amongst other things, because like he's getting like business write-ups. Like,
That's the only thing he mentioned, though, Paul. He's like,
I know.
think turpentine. And
Yeah, like,
Is there a lot of biological waste that's generated from the creation of
the way he
turpentine?
does it.
I don't know. Yeah,
He
maybe
purposely
so.
He
does it.
takes the scenic route to the turpentine.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Yeah, so there's this byproduct apparently that's completely hazardous, and he's just, barreling it up. And so the crazy thing is, I just want to take a side note, is you would think this guy is a barrel maker, but he is not. And I say that because he has got a model of stacked yellow barrels
The
on
man
his
loves
desk.
barrels.
Like proving this is what I'm doing with my waste. And he puts all this waste in these yellow barrels, and maybe his real product too, but you would think he might differentiate them. We never see the turpentine, so I have a lot of questions on that side too. But he's just dumping it in the water, and the mayor's like, you said it had a 150-year degradation life. And he's like, well, it's a lot sooner. Yeah, and so apparently like the 150-year, like I don't know, it's like, I don't know what is the barrel
Shelf
doing?
life?
Yeah, shelf life. Like,
Yeah,
barrel-
like
the
the
barrel-
seal on the barrel is good for 150 years, and apparently, like that was actually just 5 years.
yeah. And like someone having too many drinks at the bar, you just broke the seal. Boom.
Yeah.
In the sea, under the sea.
Right. Yeah, I feel like these barrels. Like, I think that they should have done a better job in this movie of making the barrels not sound empty all the time.
I mean, do you think
You know?
you might for Christmas want a model of several, like maybe 7 stacked in like a little pyramid? You think your wife?
Yeah, I
would be
think
like,
that like, put those out in the backyard. My kids will climb up them and down.
Oh, you want
It'll
them
be
life
great fun.
size?
Oh yeah.
You don't want like.
We're talking like scale.
Yeah,
for your desk.
Max has the little model on his desk.
I want 7 fucking barrels delivered
Sweet.
to my door tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
All right, 55-gallon drums.
The kids are gonna love that.
You want them filled or empty like this movie?
Yeah. I want all of Diddy's extra lube in them.
You don't have enough barrels.
He's out.
I don't have enough barrels. I need more barrels.
This baby oil country, friend. Spank that bottom.
All right. Yeah.
Under
There's a lot
the
of illegal
sea.
activity. Also, this is a town of 65,000 people that this movie takes place in, and there are 2 police officers.
There's,
All right. I feel like that's
4.
an inadequate ratio.
I think what you're not realizing, this is on like a 1 square block radius. Like no one's really going anywhere. This is like the factory, the beach.
Guys, everybody, these apartments were right
Pizza.
next door to the factory, and then the beach is across the street.
This is like my Micro Machine city when I was a kid. Like this is how far you go.
You had a toxic spewing building, and then just a couple of apartments.
That was implied. My family and friends may not have seen it, but in my mind's eye, I did. It was
Very nice.
kind of always a hazard. It was men at
I
work.
love micro machines.
Yeah.
I miss those.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're a little
Definite
kid.
choking hazards, but fun.
You're a little kid reenacting men at work, just like normal kids did.
Yeah.
Everything fun is a joking hazard.
Who are you? I'm James St. James. I guess I'm the Carl.
The Japanese were angry with this movie.
Why?
Muslim.
Their trash collector union wanted the movie banned in the country because they thought that it made poor light of trash collectors.
Well,
I mean, these two do make poor light of that. I mean, no one is incorrect.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I
But,
noted
it's a
with
comedy.
So with the cops at first, I mean, we get these 2 trash men. We'll get there. So dumping in the sea, the mayor's like, I ain't doing it. And Max is like, here's more money. And he's like, I don't need your money. And he drives off. But the mayor recorded everything. And then we kind of fizzle into here's Coral and James St. James. Carl is Charlie Sheen, and James St. James is director-writer Emilio Estevez and lead. Co-lead, I should say. So, yeah, we get to learn that they are trash men, and we do meet the cops pretty early on, and from what I see with the cops and what they say, they're not wrong. They're like, you're a hazard and you drive all over the place and you don't really pick up the trash well and you're creating more problems. I mean, there's literally scenes where they're rolling a bowling ball down an alley, like a downward alley.
You know what?
They're creating...
It's just trash. It's okay. Let them do their job. They're just having a good time in a bad situation, you know? They're trying to save up for their surf shop.
They're having too good of a time.
Yeah.
And
Mike wants his trash men strictly professional.
That's correct. Yeah.
to be fair, on both of these sides, they're kind of both assholes. The cops and the trash guys. The trash guys are they're picking up trash, but they're goofing around, and like we said, they're like bowling in the alley with trash and being a nuisance. The cops are just dicks. There's an easy way to just come up and say, "Hey guys, stop this," but they're like, guys are.
I agree the cops are total a-holes, but it does seem the cops have a little bit of merit because they're like, man, we're getting complaints from all sorts of neighbors. Like, you are the worst. And this has been going on and on. Like, and again, we are shown scenes where, like, good God.
Yeah.
Like,
at one point, they just pick up the trash can and throw it into the fucking trash truck. They're like, yeah, this whole thing's going in there, man.
right. So I'm like, if you did kind of just like maybe half your job or not at all, it seems like it might be better. So, I mean, again, the cops are total assholes and you're supposed to side with, Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, which you do. But I'm like, it does kind of show them just being delinquents.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the cops also show up on bikes,
like,
which no one likes.
My thing is, like, Charlie Sheen is more of, in my opinion, the laid-back character in this, but yet he wakes up in the morning with a nice cocktail of Jägermeister and ice cream. So I would have thought that he would have been the real high-strung one, but
Hey,
it's Emilio Estevez.
questionable mug of coffee. He sniffs. So at least days old, but maybe palatable. That goes in a blender. Some French vanilla ice cream. Some warm Jaeger. And a bunch of like aspirin. Hey,
Yeah.
Perfect.
What do you think I have in this container over here, Paul?
There you go.
That's called the Minute Work Cocktail.
Just about to
Nice.
ask, what do you call that drink?
Yeah.
The
It's also the
Stabone.
cleansing agent for prior to a colonoscopy.
The Sheen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheen highball.
the Stabone.
Hey, that works too.
Hey, Nighthawks. Maybe you want a little Stabone in your drink.
Stabone. Wow. Love that.
I don't want this to bone.
Yeah.
Just ask if
Have you-
anyone needs their drink shaken or preferably stirred with a Stabone.
Stirred by bone.
Under the sea.
Yeah, you're
There's
right.
hints of musk in this drink.
Based off the cocktail, I would expect the high-strung one to be the other one.
Yeah, it does remind me of the Reno 911 cocktail. What was it?
Peptol and like tequila. Or whatever.
Yeah, he takes like
Talking about Goldschlager.
yeah, it's like beer and tequila and something shaken up, but then it's like a Boilermaker which you drop a shot into, and the
shit.
shot is like Pepto-Bismol. Yeah,
What
Is that after Dangle and Trudy hook up?
I think that maybe
In
is what
Miami?
he needs. That might be what he has after.
Yeah.
At one point in time, he's like,
yes.
"Let's do this," but he like downs a whole bottle of whiskey.
Reno 911.
Yeah. Those are some bike cops. Sometimes.
Yeah. God, bike cops.
Yeah,
Fucking
no one,
worst type of cop,
no
dude.
one cares about them.
These bike cops weren't as fancy as Reno 911 bike cops, though.
No, not even a little bit.
They're tidy whiteys.
I'd rather have like the bikes, like the cops and like the ATVs than bike cops.
Nice.
What about like the Segway cops?
Oh, the Segway cops.
Do
dude.
those exist?
Yeah.
Do Segways exist?
You don't.
Yeah.
Jeremy seems excited about that. Like, yeah, I'll take the ticket, but I want a picture.
Yeah.
Like, hey, get around.
Yeah.
Can I have a go?
I got pulled over in the airport by a Segway cop.
Nice.
Are you serious?
No.
I mean, you don't have to stop for them legally.
I was pretty
I was
excited.
going too fast on the self walkway.
They'll just fall over.
Well,
Yeah.
so yeah, throughout the delinquency of Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, Coral and James St. James, we get to learn a little bit about Carl. Carl just uses his binoculars and is a peeping Tom on everyone. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, not a good man.
No.
What is going on? At first, I was like, is there like I haven't seen this movie in full for a while, but I was like, is there like a component where like he's watching? So I'm going to be kind of witty about this. Like, someone keeps stealing his newspaper. Is he on the prowl? Like, I'm going to finally get you. Or like someone asked him to look for something. It is not his like hobby is just lights on is the
blinds
crazy
open.
thing. Like, this guy is just standing in the middle of a window
with like the lights on in his apartment.
Yeah,
like
what is going-
anyone could see that he's looking.
And they do.
Eventually they do.
They all do. Yeah, and so this guy, Carl, is just peeping on everyone. And like one guy's dancing with like a blow-up woman, and another woman's like, "Oh my God, don't look at me." And then he's like the one woman he likes, Susan. He's like, "Oh God, I've been looking at this girl all the time." I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And this starts backfiring on him later when he meets Susan because he knows so much about her. Like, so it's not just like, I just watched this woman. He is watching this woman. He knows what's in her refrigerator, when she's getting up, what kind of things she drinks. Like, what the hell? What the hell?
That's not creepy at all.
No, it's fine.
normal stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Also, when
1990.
later in the
playing with my
movie,
skip
and
it.
I know that I'm skipping here, but later in the movie, he goes to her apartment eventually. We'll get to that. But if you had a bottle of Dom P in your fridge and some guy like trips in front of your apartment and you invite him in to see if he's okay, is that the first go-to drink
You know, Jeremy, I made the same comment.
Jeremy,
of course.
when you're looking for some Don P,
Yeah.
Yeah, Dom P.
Oh God, he's doing the dance too.
One of us, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 o'clock somewhere.
And she was.
Yeah. She was looking.
Yeah, she does. So anyway,
She
yeah,
can go
Charlie
for
knew
that.
she
Yeah.
knows everything about this lady, and I think everything about the people in the apartment next door.
To be fair, every single person in the apartment next door, no one shuts their blinds, and everyone
They
has
have their
lights
own
on.
peeper over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that
even have
guy's
their
watching
own.
too.
So everybody's just watching everybody. Well, I guess just these two, but you can clearly see into anybody else's apartment.
very open
no one
community.
cares.
Yeah.
I just feel in modern
Yeah, it's a
times.
full stalk community.
Yeah.
I feel in modern times to achieve full stalk, those two guys would communicate with one another.
Yeah. You could just wave, just say hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm checking out
Yeah.
your side, you're checking out my
I
side.
don't know. That might violate Peeper's code.
Set up a series of mirrors so each one could watch both sides. Oh my God.
Oh,
you
man.
could.
Right.
Yeah. Boom.
True community engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full
That's
stalk.
what they're after.
It's full stalk. Full stalk gardens.
Sure.
All right.
Come for a place to stay, but stay for the amenities.
My fucking dogs are going nuts out there. Well, not my dogs. One of them's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn dogs.
One triggers the other.
Are they watching each other with binoculars?
Yeah, they are, dude. They're watching me.
How many stalks are there?
They're angry because I have this fucking office door closed.
Bastard.
I know we're going back and forth, but it doesn't really matter. Like all of this is just kind of setting up like the premise of who these guys are. Going back to Emilio Estevez, his character is really like in and out, which is kind of interesting. Maybe it's because he's written and maybe focusing more on directing. Charlie Sheen is clearly more the lead in this film and has a little more of a story. Emilio Estevez just kind of complains in the background and then is part of the delinquency as noted. And these two bad boys, when they're not, collecting trash, they're hitting the surf. So they're surfing.
Yeah.
And as I noted, neoprene suits with big, cumbersome onesies and boots. It
They
looks
had to
like
be
it's a
hot as fuck.
Jeremy,
dude.
it looked like it's a nice 100-degree day. Like they're surrounded by women with just bikinis. Like everyone's like drinking sodas, waters, beers. These guys are, trekking to the Arctic. I'm sure it's all fine.
I like how they ordered jumpsuits to whatever establishment that were serving like
Hot
drinks.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
just wearing them just out in the sun. Imagine the smell. 100
Oh my
degrees.
God,
Yeah.
dude.
They just finished collecting garbage.
That's
for
actually
like
a
8
real
hours.
restaurant that they ate at. It's called Good Times, and it is right there on the beach.
Wow.
Right where they ate.
We have good times here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Good Times.
Yeah, we have good times right here in this room.
Oh.
They got the big beef at Good Times.
Yeah.
That's some nice big beef. I want to give a shout out to another establishment that we talked a mean game for a while. I finally got one of my Sonic slushes.
Hey.
Oh my God, so good. We got limeade Sonic slushes.
Nice.
Nice.
With the crushed ice.
Yeah, it's so good.
Very nice. Guys rolled in, just ordered it, and sat there and drank it. And
Just kept drinking it.
hell yeah.
Way to go, Sonic. You could sponsor
Nice
us with your
warm
slush.
spring day.
Gotta put some vodka in that, man.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's your secondary sponsor. Sonic Slush
vodka.
and blank. You could be that blank. Right, I said
Jaeger.
rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. Be our
Put a little
vodka
Jaeger
blank.
in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Brad,
not the
tell us
Jaeger.
Tell us what alcoholic ingredients go well with a Sonic slush, a limeade.
Yeah.
And
Coconut
we'll drink them
rum.
here live on air. Rum. There you
He's
go.
like coconut rum.
Coconut rum, yeah, man.
I can see
I could
that.
do that. Lime.
Yeah.
You put the lime in the
You
coconut.
put the lime right in the coconut.
Sure.
Yeah.
You drink it all up.
You're doing shots off of each other's banana boats.
Yeah. When you're at Sonic, it's called a footlong coney.
Nice.
Yeah.
You get the chili on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called hooking
If
the
you play
banana.
your cards right, you'll get some chili on it.
When you hook the banana, you're banana bros for life.
Wait a minute, don't they have a literal foot-long coney?
Yes, they do.
Okay, that's correct. So if you go there and get it, you're...
Colin's zoned out of this conversation. He's like going upstairs.
Yeah.
He's having an out-of-body experience.
This can't be my
He's on a
life.
better podcast somewhere in his mind right now.
All right.
Okay, so
Oh, well.
we know these two dipshits. They want to open up a surf shop, but they didn't get a loan. We also find out that what's her name works for
The mayor.
The mayor.
Yeah. Campaign
Jack.
manager.
Yeah, that's right.
Jack Behringer. Mayor and bullshit. I don't know.
It's a strong name.
Shitting and quitting. He's done.
That's his campaign slogan. Shitting and quitting.
I'm done with crime in the city. Shitting, I'm quitting.
Maybe that's where they got
On
all
crime.
Wait,
But
is he
not on the
quitting
environment.
crime?
Shitting
you
on
can
crime
fuck
and
that.
he's quitting on crime.
Nice.
Because those two guys get shit on all the time in the locker room. Maybe they're criminals.
Oh,
Man,
Those
Well, where
guys
do
should
you
be
think they
shit.
got all that shit?
yeah, right. Where did they get
Those
all
Where do you
guys
collect that
Those
shit?
guys got shat and shoulda quat.
That's the shirt right there.
It's too legit.
Yeah.
You can't quit.
Yeah, that's going. Those words will one day be in normal nomenclature.
Yeah.
Shat quat.
the shack.
You shat and quat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking dogs.
Read that out loud. Celebrate the people. from atop of the mountains. Where the people amass.
Mountains of trash.
Yeah, sure. Shitting and quitting.
Yeah.
And quitting.
All right. So what happened? Somebody dies soon.
Well, the mayor is going to die.
Well, he gives what does he give the tape to?
The
what's
evil
her
guy,
face?
Pompeo Potterdam III.
Well, first the mayor goes to the police captain and he's like, "Oh my god, like I have this recording and basically Maxwell whatever is, illegally dumping this toxic stuff and I've got to be honest, like I was part of this, but it's gone too far and I've got to tell you it's like, okay, play the tape for me." And the tapes got switched and Susan has this other tape. Well, she has the real tape and she was just recording like the radio and nonsense. And so they're listening to like random songs and he's like, I forgot the tape. And he like runs off and the police chief or captain calls immediately Maxwell. He's like, so Dr. Evil style, or what, who's the Inspector Gadget evil guy?
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw, thank God. He's like, because that's kind of the room he's sitting in. He's like in this darkened room. He's like, yes, I'm glad you called me. He's like, yes, we'll take care of all this. There's a recording. Holy shit, what? Like, these guys are recording me? I love Maxwell's kind of realization on that. Like, what the hell? Yeah, that's a low pan. Like, this really pisses me off. I'm like, man, can you imagine someone not recording you today? Someone's probably recording us in this room, recording this podcast. They're probably being recorded too.
I got to tell you guys, I'm recording bootlegs of Rabbit Troop Sucks. So you can get that on bootlegrabbittroopsucks.com.
Lamar's loading up the unedited versions of Rabbit Troop Sucks on Discord.
You can get it all right there.
People are just torrenting this.
These are the raw copies.
Are you uploading it to Spotify and YouTube?
So, like-
get those extra listens?
So like Paul cut this out of the mix, but there's a point in time where he's like, I'm gonna go upstairs and get some more ice for my drink.
Oh, that is all in there.
And then like no one talked for like a minute. But then he came down, he's like, what are you guys talking about? And I'm like, nothing. He cut that out. But here it is. Now you can listen to it.
Hell
Oh well, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I don't know why I thought of this, but like on oftentimes when like Mike and I would play out live music, one sound guy, especially Johnny, if Johnny ever listened to this, God, I love Johnny. We were always kind of listed as like this party band. Like literally there would be like, do you remember Johnny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. Like great sound guy, super nice. But But he's like, you guys always come in, like you've got this vibe, like people are partying, like they love hearing your music, which is like really nice. But like I was leveling with him like after like a couple shows, I was like, honest to God, dude. We ordered Chinese food before the show and we watched half of the Conan movie. Then I loaded up our gear and I played this set. He's like, dude, incredible.
There you go. You guys are savants.
Yeah.
Right.
Savants of the party scene.
I guess. I don't know why we brought the party vibe, but
Because we were incredibly drunk.
I wasn't.
So yeah.
Mike might have been. I wasn't.
Paul doesn't even remember.
I'm still there.
I don't know. Like Juan was always bringing us shots on stage, and
I don't know. Party
Did Mike
man.
ever play the bass with his feet?
Sometimes.
among other things.
Bass tipper.
Where does a couple men at work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a party band.
Party band.
Well, you know what? The guy running this garbage company, he's not having it. So a couple of things are happening. One, the night before, or maybe it is the day of, because then it's going to happen the next night. So the day of, the guy who runs the trash company or who's in charge of it all, he's like, my brother-in-law, Lewis, is going to monitor you. For a few weeks, he's just going to be an observer and he's going to give me all the notes. Because and the guy like running this, he's like, you have literally, it's almost a quote. I should have written this down. He's like, you have literally broken every rule that is set against you. And then I was like, fire this guy. And I think someone in the room was like, it's probably a
They're
union
trash
job.
collectors.
Wow.
There's probably people lined up.
Even if it was a union job, it seems like these idiots have broken like every single rule. This would be even the union being like, yeah, you guys, you just gotta like quit.
Stop.
Like, oh, you're like, you just gotta quit now. Like you're done with this.
They have
job.
an ex-Vietnam vet watch them.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's the next logical
does he
step
work
before
for
you
the
can
trash
say you've
company?
done
that is
everything.
very questionable, Mike. It
He's
is
just his
this guy's
brother-in-law.
brother-in-law. I hired my brother-in-law.
He's like, you don't have a job right now, right? When you want to ride around with these two bozos?
Yeah, I need you to take observational notes. Well, we'll
Oh,
get
actually,
to that the next
yeah,
day.
He doesn't work for him because he calls him a third party. You guys going to ride with a third party?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's not official.
He does call him a representative.
Yeah, a consultant.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I hired a consultant.
Yeah.
That's the gig that I need.
Oh well,
You
that
just want to
well,
ride around with
Just
the
to ride around with
all
trash
day.
collectors.
all
make
of
sure
this
they're
is
doing shit right.
established the night before because remember Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are getting drunk at I guess their shared place. I thought they lived at separate places at first, but maybe
Well,
not.
The first morning, Emilio woke up on a beach, so it's
yeah, I
we
guess
don't.
unknown.
He probably
With
doesn't
like
live
some
there.
weird lady. Yeah,
She wasn't weird.
She was
She's
like-
fun.
I guess. What did she say? She said something. She was like, oh,
She said, "I'm
gonna do
fun.
something."
Remember my funness."
Like, who the fuck are you?
Pinchy.
It's going off the rails.
So who knows where Emilio Estevez really lives? But with that, Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are getting drunk, and at some point in time, the mayor comes into Susan's house, and he's like freaking out and yelling and screaming. He pushes her back, and it looks like he's getting physically abusive. He is like he pushes her back. Well, like I'm not
a nice way.
I'm not really justifying this, but he's like highlighting like the crimes that are happening, and I think she's like, I have the wrong tape. And he's like, we got to get the right tape. And he's freaking out. Charlie Sheen sees this, takes out a pellet gun. And he's like, oh, I hate guys abusing women. And shoots him as she leaves. So she leaves, and then he shoots him in the ass. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. And then they hide and finally turn off the goddamn lights. And then they're like, and then they get drunk and go to bed. But basically 1 minute later, after the mayor is shot, Jack Barringer, two hitmen come in and strangle him to death, and then they shove him in a barrel. But they drive off so fast.
They are
the
very incompetent hitmen,
yeah,
by the way.
the barrel goes flying just kind of into an alley or side street, and it looks like it's just some trash.
They couldn't have gotten a pickup truck for this.
And they didn't know this, 180-pound barrel just flew out of their car.
Well, like it was in the trunk of their Grand Marquis or whatever, like tied down with a piece of twine.
Why did they bring an empty barrel anyway?
Well, they knew what they were doing.
The barrel company.
they?
Yeah.
It's their signature.
The president of the company insists that everyone has a barrel.
It's a
think
body
that
barrel,
must be
Collin.
it.
Yeah.
Even
Some
though
people use body bags. This place uses body barrels.
it's not like that. Maxwell, even though he's a villain, he feels like everyone deserves a coffin, even if it's a barrel.
Yeah.
Everyone. Everyone deserves one. Just one, Jeremy.
I want to be buried in a big yellow barrel.
You can be. Tell that to your wife right now.
For the
Wake
right
her up.
price.
Text her.
Hey,
Babe, I got us matching barrels.
I need you to let her know a couple of things. Dickpony.com, and I need to be buried in a barrel in the sea.
a dickpony.com barrel.
We could stamp it for you.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next thing on the website, isn't it?
Well,
I'll see what I can do.
The body barrel. Dickpony.com body barrel.
Our future alien overlords are eventually going to dig you up, and then you'll be culture's lore.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly preserved.
They'll take one look at Jeremy's corpse and just be like, yeah, this probably belongs here.
Well, they're going to look at the Dick Pony stamp, and they're going to be like, royalty.
Like this man must have held high stature in his society.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
what
put him in
people
a
think
body
about
barrel.
people buried in barrels.
Where all of our Dick Pony stamps are in purple to signify the royalty that is.
I just have this image of these aliens opening up these barrel cans just one by one with a can opener, just looking at the inside.
Well, as noted that we highlighted that Jeremy got matching barrels for him and his wife. They're going to open hers, and it's going to be her corpse trying to claw out screaming, while Jeremy's resting peacefully with two thumbs up
Yeah.
Were these two together? Or what's
and a Coors Light.
Aye, the silver bullet.
That's the sinking beer.
Looks like a Miller Lite you got there tonight.
Yeah,
It is.
All
It's a
right.
fine Pilsner.
You could take a Miller Lite too.
Okay. One of each for the road.
Wisconsin's finest, man.
Well, I mean,
You haven't lived till you had Miller Lite and a half pound of cheese curds.
Oh God.
Okay. I don't want to live.
well, yeah. Is it? You realize what you gave up, what life was when you go through that? Is that like, I felt the agonizing pain of what happened to my body, and then you're like, God, I miss life.
Well,
Like
each
Ebenezer
curd you
Scrooge.
pop into your mouth
It's like
and
a
then
ghost-
wash down with a sudsy light is you can feel 5 minutes of your life shaving off.
I was gonna say each curd is like a
worse than
visit from
smoking.
Yeah, each curd is a visit from another ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the lifespan.
The ghost of curds past.
Is that why the lifespan in Wisconsin is like 60?
No, it's not.
It's way shorter than this.
This podcast should just be called Drunken Ramblings. Although I guess I'm the only one.
This
that's
is a
drunk here.
podcast?
Yeah, where am I? What? So we do get to meet Keith David, one of my favorites. Again, amazing voice actor. He's in so many awesome things. He is their ride-along. He is the brother-in-law. He is like Lewis. I think it's like Fetterton. I know it's Lewis. And this guy is angry as hell. I love everything about him. He plays this character all throughout the 80s in different versions. As we noted, he is in Community. Vietnam, baby. Vietnam.
That's the one.
Yeah, he is on the like pretty much the last season of Community. He is.
He's also with Charlie Sheen in Platoon,
That's right.
the movie Platoon.
Yeah. I thought you meant the real Platoon that he's representing in this movie. With Charlie, do you think they're the same characters? Rebirth.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be like a slight crossover when he's having like that flashback scene. Maybe that's like audio footage from Platoon.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a deep cut.
You heard it here
We
first.
just solved the question of life right
Yeah,
there.
basically what Jeremy just noted is Platoon now is in the same universe that Men at Work. And
Right.
I just
Yeah.
think
Charlie Sheen got out of Platoon and went on to become a trash collector.
yeah. He became a Platon.
Bankrupt exercise company. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so lots of chatty Cathys in the room on
Oh my God.
Are you
Under
gonna cut
the
all this
sea.
silence out?
Yeah.
No, you guys have to live with
You
this.
got to keep it in.
Look,
There's an actor in this movie named
all be
Hawk
winners.
Walensky.
Hawk Walensky.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
pretty
plays
lame.
Biff.
Does he have a 4-inch
Who the
hawk?
fuck is Biff?
I think it's one of the
I don't know who
assassins, maybe.
Biff is.
Wait, how big is his hawk?
4 inches.
4 inches. Okay.
A dove into a little hawk.
The half stock hawk.
You know, get the party on the dance floor. See, that's where the party's at. And Jeremy, you'll find out if you
If you do that.
And Technotronic plays in this movie. So
Yes, they do. Like
yeah, it's
periodically,
good.
songs would play in this
Yeah.
movie, and I'm like, I love that song. Why is it playing now?
You don't know I.
It's to break up the soundtrack of this movie that gets anywhere from stupid serious to stupid zany.
Yeah, I even noted like they find Lewis gets in the car immediately. They pump up the jam. They then find a body in a barrel because of their shenanigans. Body falls out, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's the guy's shot!" And then they're like, "Oh my god, that's the mayor." There's signs everywhere, and they're like, "Lewis can never know." And Lewis comes out. He's like, "God damn it!" And then the cops show up, and he's like, "I hate cops." I love kind of his just blind rage too.
So they go like Weekend at Bernie's with
Right,
this
like
guy.
that's his first fucking move.
Weekend at Bernie's is literally the note I'm underlining with my finger right now. With my finger.
You know what? It's a proven
This is
method, so why mess
Yeah.
with it?
Don't mess with the formula.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, when you
Right.
puppeteer a human body, you then lived. That's the experience
Yeah.
you need.
Anytime you puppeteer a human body, you're always on win-win street there.
That's true.
Jeremy, I just want a place to
Nothing
stay.
can go wrong.
Get your booty on the dance floor. Make my day.
All right,
Make my day.
Oh, I forgot a quote from Lewis here when they find this body in this barrel.
Yoinks!
They didn't say that in the last movie that we reviewed, but they do say a similar quote. And it's about finding a white boy who's dead.
Yeah, what? I like kind of got brain broke for a second. So
It's kind of hilarious.
Last week, our 150th episode, we covered Better Off Dead, and I noted that the captain in 21 Jump Street is like working on a telephone pole, and after Lane falls in a dumpster, a trash truck, he's like, it's a real shame when people are throwing perfectly good white boys away like this. And Lamar looked at me. There's a similar quote, isn't it? Like
The same exact quote.
Yeah. Looks like somebody threw away a perfectly good white boy.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
And Lamar's like, I thought you picked this movie for that reason. I was like, oh my god, no. So yeah, like the same quote is used. That's crazy.
I do like that they.
It's pure snow.
Hey, just stop throwing away perfectly good white boys in the 80s and early 90s.
Listen, no one's
Well, he was a
gonna
corrupt white boy, so
Yeah,
no one's gonna learn until you show them how it's done. So do it.
Show someone how to not
Yeah.
throw away a person.
You gotta keep throwing them away, and then we'll learn eventually.
Then we'll
how to do
learn.
it right.
Then we'll learn. Yeah. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take some patience. It's gonna take some know-how, and maybe greasing some politicians. We have Sundance now. We have Sundance.
yeah. Oh yeah, you guys did get Sundance. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
great.
You got some.
I
you're
feel
gonna have
Rabbit
a
Troop
bunch of
Sucks like
stuffy white people
spearheaded
in
this.
Colorado.
I mean,
bunch
like,
of rich, stuffy white people in Boulder.
finally someone was like, I listened to your podcast and we're just going to relocate. Like, Robert Redford is going to live in your house now. Yeah.
I mean, we really kickstarted the movie scene out here.
And people were like, I didn't even know what a movie was until I heard it on your podcast.
Right.
I don't think they even know now.
Yeah, little place
Now I
called
know.
Boulder on the wild Colorado.
My favorite responses to people, or like notes on comments, I should say. My favorite comments from people, I've noted like in sincerity, like every time someone writes like, "This is an awesome movie," various other things, like so super cool. But my favorite comment is, "So like, what am I looking at here?" Or "What's this movie?" Like the first line we write is like the title of the film and the year is released, and someone's like, What's
is
this movie?
this?
What movie is this?
Was it on Abraxas?
I would have said Abraxas.
Yeah, but you get into Abraxas.
I mean,
and
admittedly,
it's a
if someone's
whole
like,
different
if someone
ballgame.
wrote, I can't believe this movie's real, I would have given them the fire sign.
Yeah, like I think doing an entire 8-ball of cocaine and or watching Abraxas it's like the same thing. Like if you don't have enough cocaine, just watch Abraxas. You're good.
What if you could do that cocaine off of Jesse Ventura's head?
Which head?
Oh yeah, that's
Exactly. That's the.
I think that's a
Abraxas.
new ride at Disney World, actually.
Yeah, that's like the crux. That's what Abraxas means.
That's the new ride at
yeah.
Disney. Coke hits off of Braxis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Who knows?
Called the
Cosmic
8-ball
collapse.
governor.
that's it.
Yeah. Time works slower down mountains.
It does.
That's true, yeah.
I heard that.
Because of the Coriolis effect.
Yeah. Well, feel someone's lumps on their head. That's what you get.
Yeah. Is that a thing, really? Is that really a thing?
I mean, it's
Or is that just a thing that was
pseudoscience.
written in
Yeah.
this movie?
I mean, it is a thing. Yeah. And Mike is correct. It is a pseudoscience.
I think it stopped being a thing a lot earlier than the
That's
90s,
correct.
though.
Yeah, like the 30s.
Yeah, okay.
I bet.
Have you guys ever had your skull read before?
I bet people still do this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reading
people do lots of
skulls.
weird stuff. People are
I feel
illiterate.
like you have to chop the head off
People
before you
stop
get a
reading
true
books.
reading.
There's post forensics on like corpses to determine like cause of deaths and stuff like that. And you can like it's filling the skull and looking at it at a microscopic level. And there's the theory that you can feel around on his skull and just see like where particular stuff happened to it.
Jeremy's now Googling
Wasn't
feeling around the skull.
Wasn't phrenology like a eugenics
Yeah, for
thing?
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's also, isn't it also the name of a Roots album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I think it is. You're right.
Yeah. You load that up
Phrenology.
and then watch Fern Gully.
You can have an exciting night there.
Yeah.
can.
Two good things.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
If that wasn't right, that would be weird.
I mean, yeah, you could even just wear a robe. Just do those things, wear a robe, walk around the house,
Yeah.
light a scented candle.
Okay.
You're like, oh my God, this tastes like or smells like raspberry and horse anus. Ugh.
Sometimes when I go to the grocery store, I just put a scented candle in my cart. Just walk around.
Like to buy or just to
Oh,
smell
you-
while
like
you're
you-
shopping?
Yeah, I just
you light
you
it.
I
light
pull
it
it right
down.
off the shelf and I light them up.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
like, ah,
That's a strong
this is very
move. No one's
pleasant.
who would stop you?
No one would.
Damn.
Sir, you can't
Something.
smoke in here. I'm not.
Mike goes in with a little more aggressive move. He takes an ice pick to like Lysol canisters and just like punctures them right in the aisle. So like when you're at like a summer concert and those water misters are going off, Mike tries to reenact that effect in a grocery aisle with Lysol. You just like walk down the aisle,
Yeah.
it's just Lysol. If you wear contacts, it will just clean the dickens out of them. They say don't like bleach your contacts. Well,
Too bad.
No.
prove
They don't
other
say
people
don't
wrong.
Lysol your
Yeah,
contacts.
exactly.
I mean, this is what I'm going to say to those people. Did you see me do it? Because you can't see anything now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but for real, why didn't they report the body?
Because they wanted to weekend to Bernie's.
We wouldn't have had a
Yeah,
and
fucking
Lewis doesn't
movie
like
on.
cops.
So Colin's correct.
No,
like,
he is correct.
Like-
James
like-
just want to call the cops.
like even though this movie is zany as hell, the premise of why two people discover a body, the premise of why they don't call is Charlie Sheen keeps
Because,
saying,
yeah,
I
he
shot him
in the
with a
ass.
pellet gun. And Lewis, Keith David is like, no man, he was strangled to death. You could see the marks around his neck. Like that's not how he died. Like a pellet gun wouldn't have killed him. And they're like, yeah. They go right back to that story. Dude, we cannot call the cops. Like I shot him with a pellet gun, and those cops just want me to rot in prison.
Yeah, no one knows that they shot him with a pellet
Right.
gun, and a pellet would not.
No.
And even in like a forensic thing, they would be like, yeah, he died of strangulation, but
Right.
he also has a pellet gun shot in his ass.
Yeah.
Like they might be questioned, like, yeah, I saw him do this, this, and this. I shot him with a pellet gun. Yeah.
Are they going to CSI it and like match the pellet to his air rifle?
Yes.
Also,
No.
like, why did they keep Weekend at Bernieing the body? Like, why did they bring him everywhere they went?
They exhausted all other options.
Yeah, Mike. The fuck you
I
think they're doing?
apologize.
They have a very clear flow chart on the wall that you missed. Oh,
They exhausted
Sorry.
all other options.
Yeah,
And if I were in court and I was mentioning the pellet gun, 9 times out of 10, just to mess with the judge, I would say pelican. I would say it. And I'd look at him right in the eye. Be like, oh, you think I own a pelican? And he's like, and he would say, like, did you say pelican? I'd be like, why would I say
What
pelican?
would I say?
I would feel like after a
is there a
second time,
precedence
you would
for killing
feel
him
his
with a pelican?
disgust, and it would break down really badly.
And I would rile the people in the courtroom. Mistrial.
it's like the Super Trooper scene where we're trying to say meow. You guys like hanging over the last one.
Yes. To all those things. And that's
All right, well.
and that's the pelican defense. Yeah. And that's my pelican brief.
I see.
Yeah, well,
Briefs for men.
the cops eventually come, and
Trying to
they
stand
weekend
your
at
crops.
Bernie's their way through the cops. They eventually leave, and then There is another stakeout scene, also Emilio Estevez movie, and Richard Dreyfuss.
And remember, Keith David is like, I cannot deal with the cops. Cannot deal with the
You
cops.
can't deal with them.
Or any type of cop, like ice cream cops, rent-a-cops, security cops.
Ice cream
What's an ice?
cops?
Yeah, can we
Paul
go back to
Blart.
Yeah.
He hates Paul Blart.
Yeah.
Mall cops are the worst.
What's an ice cream cop, Jeremy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a cop that makes sure you don't mix ice cream and Jaeger. Yeah, exactly.
He's doing a
Yeah,
terrible
keep that
job.
ice cream out of that hole.
Hey,
I want to cream the hole.
hey now.
That's a different
This
podcast.
is a family podcast. Well, yeah. So they're hanging out at the communal apartment with dead guy. They order a pizza and they kidnap the pizza delivery guy.
And they see Susan comes home from across the street. Mm-hmm. And Charlie Sheen's like, I gotta go talk to
He's
her.
got to go talk to her. Yeah.
Got exhausted all
Yeah,
of their
no
options.
All
other
of their
choice.
options exhausted.
Yeah.
So this scene's kind of bananas. He goes over and she opens the door. He sneaks in the apartment complex and she opens the door to her front place. And he's like, oh my God, my leg, I sprained it. I need to come in for a drink. And she's like, all right.
Yeah. She's immediately in
come on
for
in.
all of this.
Yeah.
I've got Dom P in the fridge.
Yeah.
He sheened his way in.
Yeah, she does.
He's like, I know. Thank you. Your panties are pink.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's drinking Dom P with pink
Pelican.
panties.
Pelican.
Well, he
Well,
slams
before
a
that-
couple shots first.
Oh yeah. First she
Yeah, they're-
heals
oh, yeah.
up
Yeah,
her
that's true.
Yeah, they're
leg.
mixing some cocktails.
Yeah, she's like massaging his foot,
Well,
and making him cocktails.
Well, she's like,
and,
which leg? He's like, the one that throbs.
the third leg.
I know.
That's
like
where the
that
Don P
strange
comes
lady.
out.
Yeah, I wish I could meet a
Yeah, that
strange lady.
Dom
that
P
did
came
all
out
of the
like
things that
maybe
happened
10
in the
minutes
first
in.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you walk around Denver on a Friday or Saturday long enough, Jeremy, you could do that.
Yeah.
Good.
Caution. Warning.
Just
Danger.
stumble around random apartment
Yeah,
hallways.
you got to live life on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Don't
live
play
Moss.
it safe all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, live Moss.
So the trajectory of this scene is crazy. So he cons his way in under the guise of a sprained ankle. She gets him an ice pack. He tells her he's a doctor of phrenology. Gives her like a head rub.
He's like, isn't this an interesting science?
Yeah, she's like, no. They do shots. They decide to break open the Don P.
And then she's like, let's go out and party.
Yeah, then she's like, let's just go somewhere. Let's have fun. They've known each other for 20 minutes.
He knows enough.
Yeah.
And he's under
They're
a
going to
different
make out
name.
on the beach.
He's like, oh, I live here, and I'm this doctor, like whatever. And then they're on the beach, and then the two hitmen eventually show up. Is like, hey, sorry to spoil this. And they're like, well, you kind of are spoiling this because I'm trying to make out. I'm a fake person trying to have sex with this woman on the beach. Like, come on. Like, well, bummer. And the one guy's like, I've got a taser gun. And he's like,
What is that
"Son."
taser? It looks like the
Taser
old
cannon.
fashioned like hand vax from like the 90s, man.
A dustbuster?
It looks like
Yeah, the dustbuster.
It looks like the Dustbuster flashlight that we had that hung on the wall. Do you know what this is? Can you
Yes,
visualize
it
this?
has like its own, like you click it
Yeah,
in.
that's
and
what it looked
charges
like.
up. You're like, all right.
yeah.
Wow.
The Black
go
and
fucking
Decker
taste some
fucking
motherfuckers.
flashlight.
Nice. And so these two goons are getting into it. They're like, well, why did you get this? He's like, I've always wanted to try this. Like, I'm a man of like curiosity. And Charlie Sheen, Carl, tells Susan, he's like, in a second, get ready to run. And very conveniently, the one guy tases the other guy. He's like, I'm sick of you making fun of my taser. And he tases him. I was like, well, I would run no
how
matter
the
what.
Electricity appears in his mouth.
Yeah, like
I want a taser that
yeah,
does that.
He's like the Emperor.
Yeah, I was going to say shocking the Emperor
Yeah.
in Return of the Jedi. He's like, eh.
I also love his quote when he's pissed off. He's like, "That's it, you're over."
Yeah.
And just fries him.
So they run, and also we kind of skirted around this. So these two other idiots who they work with at the garbage collection
The poo
company,
guys.
they keep pranking them, and so these guys are trying to prank them back. They accidentally blow up Susan's car. Whoops. Beyond that, they've been pooped on several times by exploding poop bags in their locker. So I guess exploding a car isn't too extreme once poop has exploded in your face several times.
I mean,
That's war.
I think exploding the car was an accident.
It was.
They were trying to like sabotage the brakes or something.
Saboteurs.
Saboteurs. But the only light they had was a fucking match. So
Yeah.
that's what they
They should have had the dust vac.
They should have had the flashlight back.
Yeah,
Right.
the fleshlight vac.
Yeah.
Exactly what you guys were talking about.
That's correct.
with the light.
Oh well.
So while all this is happening, Keith David, Emilio, pizza guy from ski school,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Pedro's Pizza and
Pedro's
pancakes.
Pizza and Pancakes.
He has little pizzas on his shoulders for like fucking wingtips.
They're like epaulets. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Weekend at Bernie's, they're driving around in a pickup truck chasing these guys around.
Yeah, they've kidnapped the pizza man because he just walks in on this. So now he's got a handkerchief in his mouth and is basically tied up. But he's going to come around. He's a good guy.
He is.
So it's just four people sometimes in a truck. It's, a dead mayor. It's Keith David. It's Emilio Estevez, and it's Pizza Guy.
Yeah.
Got the whole crew. We called them all up. We assembled the four
That's all they
fathers.
can really fit in a bench seat pickup, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
so you
when
can't get any more.
When you have four statue-esque men like this, pillars of society, like members with voices, this movie's over. You got them all. You're crossing the streams. You ghostbusted them.
Yeah.
Go to hell, Gozer.
There you go.
Well,
Gozerian.
they don't get very far because the bike cops who are now in cars.
Yeah, they got a car
I don't
this
know
time,
how they got upgraded. Was that mentioned, by the way?
That's,
why are they in
that's
cars
night
now?
cops. My thought is they're on the bikes because they're on the beach. Like the beach
So
is
like we
always
can only
the-
get cars at night. Like
Yeah.
we have to ride bikes around during the day.
Well, have you ever seen Knight Rider?
Like, the fucking
implied.
vampire
There
cops.
you go. And at night, that's when shit gets serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I heard that.
Hello, Michael.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, they get pulled over
Kit's in the
because
studio.
they're trying to
with us right
follow.
Hello,
Yeah.
Michael. Hello, Paladin Mike.
Yeah,
I don't
bike
remember
cops
Kit
in
sounding
cars.
this nerdy.
Kid, how'd you get in here?
Bluetooth, Lamar.
That's how Kit really sounds in the show.
I taught Corey
it's
Matthews,
TV to make him
goddammit.
sound Cooler.
I turned Sean Ryder around. Ryder Strong around.
Wow.
Oh, is that his name in the show?
Mr. Feeney? Mr. Feeney Ryder?
Yeah.
He doesn't
Close
like a
enough.
good rider.
Do 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 do
There we
do
go.
do do do.
So that's what we pay for. That's all we need.
We're getting sued.
we're- yeah.
We're getting sued.
We just broken
We're
a
getting
copyright with that.
sued.
There you go.
Well,
Well, they get pulled over.
they get pulled over. Yeah.
And you know what they do? They trick them cops. Keith David pulls out his air rifle that he got from Charlie Sheen. They're like, oh my God. And then they handcuff the two cops basically just down to their boxer shorts. They handcuff them to a merry-go-round. And
Butt fuck style.
Yeah, so that it looks like they're fucking. Butt fuck style. Yes.
and then
Put that on a t-shirt.
and then Carl's like, I'm gonna go ram these bad guys. And he does. He does ram the other car of bad guys.
I don't understand this.
And then he goes unconscious. And then he wakes up and the whole crew is there. Maxwell and his goons are there. Like he wakes up and it's 30 Days a Night vampire style. It's like, oh shit, there's like 7 people in front of you. And he's like, you know what we're going to do with you? We're going to put you in barrels. He's like, you'll never get away with this. He's like, you'll never live to say a word about it because you're going to run out of there, jackass. So they put him, Carl and Susan in barrels.
Yeah.
And then they drive him to the dump. Going to the dump.
It's a perfect cry.
That was the worst idea, I think, in the movie. Like, there were a handful of bad ideas, but crashing the police car into the bad guy car and then not running away immediately was the worst.
Well, they were
he
unconscious.
was unconscious,
But I also,
yeah.
Well, hitting the... Why? You wouldn't be unconscious if
I
you
agree.
didn't hit the fucking car.
they could have just left.
They could have left.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
yeah, moon's over
Listen,
Miami.
these are
Denny's
men
is for
at
winners.
work. All right.
Yeah.
They're not men planning
To get
correct
away. Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just men at work.
This movie
They're just trying to
isn't
get that
called
work
Men
done.
Planning Correct Things.
Men who twerk.
Also, they're not at work.
Yeah. Jeremy, what you're saying is this isn't about potential energy. This is about the kinetic energy.
Exactly.
Finally,
Yeah.
finally, I'm learning something about some men at work.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can
Men at work.
kinetically think of plan through, but I guess not.
Yeah.
No, nothing in this movie is really well thought out.
Well, Emilio Estevez gets away, and so does the pizza guy. And they do have the dead body. But Lewis is left behind. But some rent-a-cops show up, and he's like, I extra hate rent cops. He hates them so much, he breaks walls in the movie. He talks to the audience. He tells us personally. He looked at me. He's like, Paul, listen.
He does.
I hate rent cops. And I believed him.
He only talked to you and nobody else.
He didn't talk to you, jackasses.
Directly to you.
This movie's about me. I'm that man at work.
But now you understand that he hates rent-a-cops as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're
you
going.
You were hesitant at first, but when he looked
was.
into the camera and he's like, Paul, I do hate rent-a-cops.
I know.
I fucking hate them.
You held my hand.
Yeah. It's
Put
like
his
it's gonna be okay.
put his jacket
We're gonna
around
tie
me.
these. We're gonna tie these two blokes up, butt fuck style. Let's go.
And I believed him.
Yeah,
And he did.
and he did.
So we're going to the dump. Yeah. And Emilio Estevez, wow, what a lucky day. He's driving a dump truck through gated areas. People are like, hey, no real security is being called. And then, he's turning corners. Other trucks have all these toxic barrels. And two of these barrels have Susan. One has Susan, one has Carl. And all of these people have been ordered. We're dumping everything. Maxwell's like, we're getting rid of it all. We're digging up a hole. We're just going to bury it up.
Are they just dumping the barrels in like the back of the factory in like a ditch?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just rolling them downhill.
It's Jeremy. It's
Nobody will find these.
Jeremy, it's
Donkey Kong style.
It's like 200 feet away. That's anyone's. Who knows how they got there?
Yeah.
Maybe some local kids.
Those could be anyone's barrels. You don't know.
He's like, once you dump these yellow barrels, paint all the other barrels green.
I know each of those barrels has the Dick Pony logo, but that could be anyone's.
It was a bad idea branding Dick Pony on these barrels.
Dick
I'm
Pony's
sorry.
fucked up our coastline.
Local hooligans taking a barrel a day. Who knows what they're doing?
Oh, man.
But yeah, one of these cars just like spins out for a second and a barrel falls off. Luckily, it's Carl and he just pops out of a barrel. He's like, oh man, we got to get Susan. And Emilio Estevez is like, this is normal. Let's do that.
Yeah, well, we knew from the beginning that the seals on these barrels were not very good.
Seals on Wheels. That's my new seal company where you take seals.
That's who
and
they
turn
should have
them into
hired to
wheels.
seal these barrels, and then they would have had a 150-year lifespan.
Have you ever had seals?
Because they're bonded and insured.
seal skin
Seals
wheels.
on wheels.
Call your local tire company. Ask for seal wheels. Environmentally friendly. I'm reusing seals.
Right.
Just sealed rubber on the road.
My friend Jeremy keeps clubbing them. I need to do something with them. This has been brought to you by PETA.
Yeah. Like the flatbread?
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's PETA.
I see.
So yeah, now it's Operation Save Susan, and really Charlie Sheen's like, bro, it's about the environment too. So there's a little message that magically happened, and he's like, I think I love her, bro. Boom, everyone falling in love every day. This is like back to Weird Science. Like, man, I talked to a girl for a second, I'm in love. Come on, man.
Yeah, he knew her for less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
He had been jerking off to her through the window.
That's true.
That's
weeks.
true. Yeah, he is in love.
And then he got the Don P.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's right.
She gave him the pee right away.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that is. You married that girl. You know, you're like, oh well.
Marry her off.
She poured the pee down my throat, and now I'm excited to get married.
Send her adrift. Yeah, so they do that. So basically, the plan is they roll up. Emilio Estevez as Charlie Sheen. They have the pellet gun. And he's like, hey, clubs one guy who may or may not be dead. Like, that guy just goes down. Also, I note, everyone's wearing hazmat suits. And I understand why, Emilio Estevez isn't. But Maxwell, if I were him, I would. You're dealing with all these toxic chemicals. Like, that guy's dead at the end. He becomes a Ninja Turtle, like, mutant. We'll get to that. But so they club one guy, and then they're like, hey, we're going to take over. And Emilio Estevez is like, I'm going to shoot this guy in the back of the head. And everyone get rid of your guns. And they do. And so one of you noted, like, I think it was Lamar, he's like, I'm surprised the henchmen were willing to let their guns go on behalf of this one nameless hazmat suit guy. But they do. They're like, they're all in. That's why I said, I think Maxwell has a heart of gold. He's all criminal on the outside, but
He cares about his employees.
he's a pillar
Well,
of the
that
community.
was Frank, and he was a well-liked employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He
just
was-
strong union.
He was interviewed for that magazine. This is probably why. He's like, when I'm not dumping toxic chemicals, I'm looking at like health insurance programs
Yeah.
and dental programs, and I just opened a rec center for my employees' kids. Like,
And they sell drugs there.
oh, of course, yeah, to each other.
They
at
practice
least they're
stacking
selling them.
barrels. Yeah.
That's the meaning of Stabone on Christmas. Stir it up. So yeah, they then get into a tussle, and the cops show up, but it's not the cops. It's Keith David, and he's like, "I'm the cops." But the pizza man is like, "He's got a pellet gun." They're like, "Pellet gun," and then everyone's fighting, and
Hijinks ensues.
yeah, basically, Carl and James St. James make short of all of the goons, but Max gets into some monster truck and goes nutballs on all of this. He gets stuck on the cop car that they all try to get into, and then finally they just kind of beat the crap out of him and then shove him down a
This
hill.
is a
into
weird
some
little
ooze.
like setup they do at the end where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna create this plot. You pop out of the fucking fridge down there, spray him in the face with spray paint. Then this guy will have him go into the car. We'll put the dead guy in the car. Like, who had the time to plan this out, man?
Yeah, it's weird. Like Mike even noted, like the music becomes extra zany in this area.
Yeah,
and becomes
like
very
a carnival.
Yeah, it's like very clownish. It's like, "Get in the limo, sir." And he's like, "Oh my God, I was hit in the face." He's like, "You're not in the limo, you're down a hill." But at the end, he just rolls down a hill into toxic ooze that's smoking. That's why, he becomes rock steady. And then you'll see him in another episode.
Rock steady.
I'm sorry. He becomes Bebop.
There we go.
And the only thing missing from this was like him getting hit in the face with a pie in the end.
That was cut from the movie. That was cut from the movie.
His pants fall down.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so problem solved. And really at the end, that's kind of all we've got. Like, this guy is now out of business, and what do we really have outside of this?
Nothing. The movie's over.
Just need
Yeah.
to wrap it up with a little quick montage.
Aside from like all of the felonies that they've committed along the way,
Yeah.
like robbing and tying up police officers.
Yeah, and then a dog's
Well, I
pissing
thought so.
on the cops at the end.
Yeah, because fuck those guys.
Yeah, those guys are chained up for eternity.
The
That-
pizza guy's girlfriend breaks up with him.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He can do better.
Can he?
He's got a story now.
That's true.
Yeah. Well,
He's a pizza man now.
well,
Yeah.
you have to get there
He's
somehow.
a 3-star pizza general, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see those pepperoni slices on his shoulder? Yeah.
Now he's able to serve
Big wing.
pancakes. He's earned those pancake wings. Well, yeah, and that's pretty much it. This movie's wrapped up. There's toxic barrels everywhere in the water and all around, but some people are dead and some people are covered in ooze and some people are covered in dog pee. But credits roll and men were at work and everything's gonna be happily ever after for maybe everyone. I don't know.
A while.
That's fine.
No, the credits roll as like that Ziggy Marley song plays. It's like cliche.
Well, they had a Rasta man.
Yeah,
The white Rasta man.
It's typical late 80s, early 90s closing for a movie.
As soon as that song played, people started dancing. It was crazy. Well, before we get into our final views at Men at Work in 1990, as always, feel free to reach out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If you have anything interesting to say about movies, if you have some insight on movies, if you just want to chat about movies, get those sound clips, or anything about movies and our podcast, feel free to reach out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If you do not want to do that, you could also go to rabbittroopsucks.com. We have merchandise. We have links to things. We have pictures. We have also some of our podcasts. We are everywhere podcasts play. If there's one platform that you're curious about, go to another platform, check something out. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We're on Amazon. We are on the app on my iPhone. We are everywhere podcasts play. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. That's our social media. But yeah, feel free to reach out to us. As always, like seriously, we love hearing that some of you really have an affinity for some of these movies, or you just like talking about these movies. That's awesome. I mean, that's the whole reason we started this podcast, to form a community. But as always, we do note what those movie titles are first thing. Jeremy, what are you thinking about Men at Work 1990?
This movie's okay. I remember renting this movie. I never saw it in the theater, but I remember renting the movie. And like we had watched we always watched movies with my grandparents and my family. We had like these movie nights growing up, and I think this was one of them. And I was excited to see it with my my family and whatnot. But honestly, like other than Keith David in this movie, like it's kind of boring, man. Like I some of the comedy works, some of it doesn't. It's an okay movie. If you're like a Charlie Sheen completionist or whatnot, then I guess you should
Sheen
watch
Sheeny.
it. But yeah, you get the Sheen Sheeny.
Drink some Tiger
Isn't
Blood.
that like a Jewish blanket, the Sheen Sheeny? I don't know. Anyway, you should watch this movie for that. Like, I don't know. It's okay. It's just an okay movie. But it's nice that it's an hour and 38 minutes. You can bang it out. But it's just okay. Like I said, some of this comedy worked for me. I love Keith David. He's the best part of this movie. But other than that, it's just okay. Yeah.
If there was like a published quote from Rabbit Troop Sucks, like we had like a publication or like kind of a running column, and it was like if we were ever quoted like about a movie, like it really like introduces us to the nuances of blank. Rabbit Troop Sucks. Men at Work. I just want to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Men at Work.
It's an okay movie.
No, just okay. Not it's okay. Just okay. That you acknowledge that it's there.
Movie.
Collin, what do you think of Men at Work in 1990?
I was Italian. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of totally agree with Jeremy. I feel like I've seen this movie a ton of times because it was on
I
Comedy
have
Central
too,
all
dude.
the time.
Yeah, Colin was noting Comedy Central. This movie played a lot. Like the good call, Colin.
Yeah.
Glad you're bringing this up again.
But evidently it's very forgettable because I didn't even remember this was like had an environmental theme to it. I didn't really remember anything.
I mean,
about
Charlie
this.
Sheen only acknowledges that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like all of the posters and stuff seem to have like environmentally kind of like barrel themes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot all of that. I forgot that anyone was in this except for Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny, but not really.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's still fine. It's okay.
Okay.
It's really the perfect word to describe this movie.
Lamar, you're
I
in.
know. That's what I felt about it. Like, it's just okay.
You guys have absolutely said it perfectly. Okay. And you actually stole my thunder with that. Okay is pretty much how I just want to leave this. I don't have many notes on this movie at all.
That's okay.
It didn't age well for me. I don't care for Sheen or Vez.
Okay. What?
This movie's just fine. Whatever.
Oh.
It's fine.
We got fine and okay.
You
This
can
movie-
take your pick.
No. This movie's a fine kind of okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit much. I don't know.
That makes it sound better than it is.
This movie's half stock.
It's not bad. You're not gonna watch it and be like, God damn it, I wasted 90 minutes of my time. And then
Yeah. No.
you're whatever. And
You'll be like, at the end, you'll be like, yeah, this movie's fine.
I could talk about the ham-fisted love story that's thrown in here. That's just like done in 5 minutes. That is totally unbelievable. I could talk about how this movie just has this weird plot about environmentalism that's brought up late at the end that they tried to force in, but none of that is. The whole point of this movie was just to have pointless fun. I feel like that's what Estevez was doing.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to Mike.
Mike, what are you thinking?
Sure. I'd give it more than an okay. I mean, to Colin's point, because it was on Comedy Central so much, which I think is probably the first place that I saw it. I've seen this movie a ton. It always gets a chuckle out of me. I mean, it's so everything is very improbable, but it's also kind of structured in a way that makes it seem serious. And I don't know, it just kind of works for me. Unlike Lamar, I do like the Vez and the Sheen, both of them kind of a lot. So that works for me. Keith David is great. I always have fun with this movie. Like it's not a great movie, but it always gets a chuckle. It moves pretty fast. It's pretty low impact. Like it's an enjoyable watch. I don't know. I like it.
I agree with Mike. I think it's above okay. I think that the confusing part is it does become a little more zany and unhinged at the end.
Yeah.
And even though there's like elements and traces throughout the movie, like it really is weird at the end. I have a nice memory of this movie. Like one of my neighbors had like stacks of movies, and like his older brother would watch movies. We watched this movie early on. He had other movies. I think Prayer of the Roller Boys, I noted this. Like, so weird movies we would watch like that. But yeah, I think this movie is fun. It's over an hour and a half. I do agree with Collin that I saw this movie a bunch like a long time ago because I was like, where did I see it a bunch? Comedy Central seems about right for me. I do think some things could be condensed a bit in this movie, and I think that's why areas are okay. But I think it's fun. It's like an hour and a half. Watch it in a group, watch it as friends, or watch it alone, or with friends is what I meant to note. But I don't think this movie's amazing. I do like overall Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez in certain films. So this overall works, but Emilio Estevez is almost like a forgotten character in this movie. He's back and forth. But, you know, coming up next, we're going to hit you another 90s movie, The Quick and the Dead. We'll definitely give a little shout out to Gene Hackman in this. Sam Raimi's the director, 1995. And I think most people have not seen this in this room. I've only seen it once, and it was actually a year ago. So I look forward to rewatching this. But, you know...
You only seen this once, and it was a year ago?
Yeah, I noted this to you guys a year ago.
Wow.
But, yeah. But,
Damn. Can't wait for it.
I'm excited.
yeah. Quick and the
It's a good,
Dead.
I like this. I like Quick and the Dead.
Heck
I think it's
yeah.
a good movie.
Are there men at work in Quick and the Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a woman, Sharon.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Nice.
They are men at work.
Does she take out the trash?
Taking it out. Well, as always,
Oh, yeah.
Rabbit Troop sucks.
Hey, mister. That's all I got.
Okay.
I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Mike and Jim.